You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, Spartan Athletics on the Internet.
From the Lee Athletic Center on the campus of the Webb School of Knoxville, it's time for Lady Spartans basketball. You're watching Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, as we're bringing you Spartan Athletics live on the Internet. I'm here with my broadcasters, Maya Patel and Davis Depani. And, guys, a big game on hand as we start tournament play here tonight from the Lee Athletic Center. It'll be the Lady Spartans against the Lady Saints of Mount Juliet Christian. And, Maya, a tough test tonight for the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, definitely a tough test. You know, the Lady Saints not having their best year in the regular season, but I've seen them play. They are aggressive. They like to get the ball down low. And it'll be a very tough test with the Lady Spartans, especially this early of a game, trying to get into the game flow. Nobody really here to cheer them on. The school's still in session, so we'll see if they can play without a fan base.
A few middle schoolers behind us. You can see the crowd will be crazy. It will be a good atmosphere here for the first couple of minutes for these ladies. We just want to remind you that this broadcast is being sponsored by Duo Fast of Knoxville for all your nailing, stapling, and fastening needs, and the Shrimp Dock of Bearden and Farragut with its fresh seafood made daily, all the yummy for the tummy. Big game on hand tonight. As you can see, a few enthused fans here behind us. When we come back, we will have full coverage of tonight's game. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
I'm here at the Tool Department at Duo Fast in Knoxville. Tool service is one of the many reasons people come to Duo Fast. Don't let the name fool you. We service all forms of pneumatic tools. Duo Fast in Knoxville. Nailers, staplers, fasteners. Duo Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, to tonight's coverage of Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, as the Lady Spartans of Webb will take on Mount Juliet Christian School Lady Saints. And again, here with my broadcasters, Maya Patel and Davis Depani. Mayan, I'll go back to you. You mentioned briefly about kind of a lackluster season for these ladies, 11-13 on the year, but they're coming into tournament play with a little bit of aggression. How are they going to handle the Lady Spartans tonight, who come off a big win against Catholic?
Yeah, definitely. The Lady Spartans coming off, like you said, a huge win against their rivals, Catholic, and that's really going to pose a problem for Mount Juliet Christian, and especially coming here to Knoxville to play on the Lady Spartans home court. It'll be tough, especially the most difficult part will actually be the Lady Spartans full court press, the 2-2-1 they come. Not many teams can cope with that. The Lady Spartans are going to put pressure on the ball and try and get it away from them. And they're going to try and get inside the Lady Saints' heads. And they've just got to block it all out and play their game.
Davis, the Lady Spartans number 1 seed in this tournament, but they're coming off a big win against Catholic, as I mentioned to mine, over the rivals to finish out the regular season. What does that mean to beat your rival going into tournament play?
Well, I really just think it gave them a huge momentum push and just really helped them get through the playoffs and just beat the Lady Saints.
So the Lady Saints and the Lady Spartans will be in action tonight. Mayan, you mentioned that full court press. And when you have a full court press like that, players get tired. Luckily for the Lady Spartans, their depth is unheard of, especially in this division of high school basketball. What does that do for this team moving forward?
Well, it definitely does a lot moving forward, and they're a relatively young team with just one lone senior in Kelly Vidito, and they have a lot of experience with freshman Micah Sheets starting the entire year, and also freshman Evie Satterfield and Jaden McCoy getting lots of playing time as well. So they're a relatively young team. They've got lots of fresh legs on the bench, ready to get in, knowing what to do. And so that never really becomes a problem because, Coach Collier is going to make them do the right thing or they're not going to be in the game. And so, they're just really coming out here, getting ready to play their style of game and hopefully come out with a victory.
They've done a lot of winning this season. We'll see what they can do here tonight. We're going to take a quick commercial break, be back with starting lineups and the national anthem, and then tip-off. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Hey, after a Spartan touchdown, why don't you touch down at your local shrimp dock? With locations in Bearden and Farragut, the Shrimp Dock is owned and operated by Webb parents and is the place to get your shrimp, scallops, and the only place in Knoxville to get fresh fish. So come on into the Shrimp Dock. Tell them Boomer sent you and enjoy the freshest seafood in town.
Welcome back, Spartan fans, as we are ready for basketball. Quick starting lineups. We'll start with Mount Juliet Christian Lady Saints. Point guard number 3, Shelby Leach. Number 14, Amanda Wall. 20, Meredith Orr. Number 21, Lindsay Etheridge. And number 22, Lauren Wankel. We now turn to Shelly Collier's Webb Lady Spartans. At guard, the sophomore freshman, number 2, Micah Sheets. On lone senior, number 10, Kelly Vitito at the post. Point guard, number 14, Molly Melton. Guard, number 23, Katie Collier. And at the other post, number 45, Madison Davis. But a lot of depth on that bench. Amani Smith, Dave Vance, Deja Maxwell, a few other girls that can really contribute mine. We'll see how it will pan out here as we're about ready for tip-off.
And definitely is a Molly Melton out for a long time, tore her ACL over the summer, came back at the Catholic game in December, really has had her presence be known when she's on the floor. And Dave Vance, who was also out with a leg injury for a while, came back just last game against Catholic, and she's now back in the lineup.
So with them back in the lineup, we'll see how it will work. That's the horn, and it means that we are ready for basketball here in the first game of our district tournament. A lot of basketball today. 3 more games after this one, and we are underway. The Lady Spartans will control the tip, and Molly Melton across the timeline, swings it right side. Micah Sheets dumps it off inside number 10, Kelly Vitito. Vitito back to Melton, who kicks it to Davis, the top of the key. Pump fakes, and a good bounce pass inside. Kelly Vitito able to control, pulls up, 10-foot jump shot off the mark, no good, and then an offensive rebound by Madison Davis to Katie Collier, who's open for 3. Takes it, air balls, tipped around, and finally control. Oh, Webb getting it back with Micah Sheets, and she dribbles it out of bounds. So a lot of hustle there in the opening possession for the Lady Spartans. 2 offensive rebounds, and then off the foot of Micah Sheets will give it over to Mount Juliet Christian.
Yeah, definitely, and one thing to look out for is the Lady Spartans like to set up a high-low post. Well, they'll get it to the high post and either Kelly Vitito or Madison Davis, and then the other one will flash low post and hopefully get an open bucket.
Amanda Wall over to Leach in the right-hand corner. Picks up her dribble, now tries to find somebody open. It's Wall on the left side. Drives inside, and she just gets blocked out of bounds by the big Kelly Vitito. Probably 4 or 5 inches there Vitito has on Leach. Throw it in now for Mount Juliet Christian will be Meredith Orr. Orr looking for somebody, nothing doing, and she'll finally get in number 21. That's Etheridge. Etheridge picks up her dribble, and she traveled. Trying to find somebody open. She picked up her dribble in no man's land. Davis in the turnover.
You know, really a dead gym, and there's always motivation to win the game, but the dance team is here for the Lady Spartans. But other than that, no real fan base, and so we'll see how they play with really no one here to cheer them on.
Another turnover from the Lady Spartans is going to give it back to Mount Juliet Christian. Tied at 0 with 6:50 remaining in the opening quarter. And point guard Leach for the Lady Saints will possess it up the floor. She's guarded very tightly by Micah Sheets. Leach gets across the timeline, picks up her dribble, and gives it over to Etheridge. Etheridge gets a nice screen, drives inside, throws it off the glass, and she traveled with before the shot. Micah, she's Molly Melton for the Lady Spartans. Gives the Kelly Vitito top of the key over to Micah Sheets on the right side. Sheets Takes a step inside the three-point line. Fires the jumper, no good. Fought for the rebound and controlled by Etheridge, and then given to Etheridge to take it up the floor. Mount Juliet Christian, and a turnover. Here comes Micah Sheets. Sheets all alone to the basket, and she's going to be fouled and one as Amanda Wall hacks Sheets on her way to the basket. So the first 2 points have been drawn by Micah Sheets.
And Andrew, earlier in the pregame, you talked about the Lady Spartans' depth, and it definitely shows here as Coach Collier subs in a fresh 4, what will be 5 after Micah Sheets shoot this free throw.
Amani Smith, the only person that did not check in right there. She is waiting. She'll be taking out Micah Sheets. And she makes a free throw, so here comes Amani Smith. 3-0 Lady Spartan lead. And Coach Collier need to get a word across. She'll take all the the starters out and put in the subs. Webb into that full court press. Taking up the floor. All the way to the basket is number 3, Shelby Leach. She's going to throw off the glass. Didn't hit anything. Now Amani Smith crosses it to Deja Maxwell at Satterfield. Over into the corner, that's Madeline Christian. She's trapped, and she'll dump it off to Amani Smith, who's going to reset the offense. Inside. And a turnover. Oh, she got it back. Jaden could not go up with the shot, Jaden McCoy, and she traveled with it before. So a lot of turnovers here, Maya, to start this game.
Yeah, very sloppy play on the Lady Spartans side of the ball. You normally don't see those as they're just not executing key parts of basketball. I mean, travel is just putting the ball down where it gets swatted. There's Shelby Leach goes backcourt, so that'll be a turnover, and the Lady Spartans hopefully can do something with that turnover.
The only 3 points coming from Micah Sheets on an and-one layup. Amani Smith over to Madeline Christian. She's going to reset. Looking for something. She's got nothing. Back to Smith, top of the key, over to Maxwell on the left side. Satterfield drives inside all the way to the basket, and she gets 2. Good aggressive move there.
As that was a great job by Evie Satterfield taking it to the basket. And Madeline Christian had her man down low in the paint and did a good job of getting out of the way, taking her man with her to create room for Satterfield.
And Leach almost turns it over. Deja Maxwell dives for it. She'll get it, but her left foot was on the baseline, and that's going to end up being a turnover.
And the Spartans putting a lot of pressure on the ball, like you guys said, just trying to get a lot of turnovers, which they have been.
Mount Juliet Christian gets away with one there. They will get the ball back. Tough inbounding, and it's going to end up in the hands of Etheridge, and then a turnover. Amani Smith's going to push it up to Deja Maxwell on the left-hand side, who gives it to Jaden McCoy. Madeline Christian had the 3, thinks better of it, gets a screen from McCoy. Now to Deja Maxwell in the left-hand short corner, no good. Rebound, McCoy goes back up with it, no good, and then finally rebounded underneath the basket by number 20, Meredith Orr. Ooh, Orr just kind of turned to the ball and caught it. There goes Etheridge, pulls up the free throw line, jump shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound tipped around, and McCoy's going to save. Deja Maxwell drives, and that ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. Possession's going to stay with the Lady Spartans. The first substitute for Mount Juliet Christian, that's Carly Hummel, going to come in. And a timeout for Mount Juliet Christian. We're going to take one as well with 3:55 to go in the opening quarter. Webb Lady Spartans lead Mount Juliet Christian Lady Saints 5-0. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Drs. Anderson, Daly, Nicholas, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. The Lee Athletic Center Webb will inbound underneath its own basket with a 5-0 lead here in their first game in the district tournament. A good inbounds pass to Jaden McCoy. Her shot off the back iron, no good. And another chance from Mount Juliet Christian. It's going to be possessed by guard Amanda Wall. Guarded very tightly by Amani Smith, and here comes Etheridge. Etheridge's pass tipped and out of bounds. Possession will stay with Mount Juliet Christian, and here come the starters back into the game. Davis, Vidito, Melton, Sheets, and Collier. Etheridge lobs it up inside, and then underneath, shot won't fall, but a good look by number 22, that's Lauren Winkle. And on the floor, another turnover. Webb going to push. Katie Collier quickly inside to Madison Davis, and she's going to say a travel. Looked like she got bumped there, mine, but no call underneath.
Yeah, as Madison Davis went up, it looked like someone came down on her. But, we don't have the official's perspective, so
That's right.
we never really know what exactly did happen.
And it's going to be Amanda Wall, guarded very tight by Molly Melton. Finally gets it across the timeline. Struggling for something. And she'll finally dump it off underneath. And a good look there by Wankel. She got the pass for more. She's going to go to the free throw line. Mount Juliet Christian still trying to draw first blood here. They've gone almost 6 minutes without a basket here. The first free throw is up and no good for number 22. That's Wankel. So, Davis, you mentioned that in very aggressive defense by the Lady Spartans. And the second free throw is no good. A 5-0 lead, no points allowed. A bunch of turnovers forced. It's a great point. And a missed shot by Katie Collier. Ball saved. Micah Sheets going to end up, Molly Melton going to end up with it to Madison Davis. She'll drive inside. Fire up and runner in the lane, no good. She'll fight for the rebound, no good. And then a rebound finally by Lindsay Etheridge. It's going to be Etheridge who's going to take it up the floor. Mount Juliet Christian puts the ball on the ground, and Katie Collier going to steal. 2-on-1 here. Collier to Micah Sheets, and a little bit out in front, and it's a turnover. Sloppiness all over the court here for the Webb Lady Spartans.
Not at all the style of play of the Lady Spartans. Way too many turnovers early in the game. It's just turnovers that are unnecessary. They're just losing the ball out of bounds, too far of a pass, bringing it down to the ground when you can go straight up. I mean, it's stuff that it's mental errors that they're making that I'm sure Coach Collier is getting on them about in the huddle, and they need to fix soon because 5 points is not a very substantial lead, and it could vanish just in front of your eyes.
5-0, 2:27 to go. Davis, on the other hand, what does Mount Juliet Christian need to do to draw a little bit of offense?
I think they need to work it inside and see if they can draw some fouls, go to the line, or just catch Spartans off guard and get some easy buckets.
Underneath is Mount Juliet Christian. Almost 5 seconds, but Orr's going to get it in, and then quickly to push is Shelby Leach, and a pass underneath, and then an easy lay-in for number 22. That's Lauren Wankel, first basket for Mount Juliet Christian, and it's only a 3-point Lady Spartan lead, 5-2. Vidito to Micah Sheets on the left side. Sheets to Katie Collier, top the key. Fires up a three off the back iron, no good. And a rebound that time by number 20. That's Meredith Orr. Quickly to push is Leach. Leach guarded by Collier. Tries to make a move. Drives inside and then a no-look pass. Intended for number 22, Lauren Wankel. Won't get there, and the pass goes out of bounds. Another turnover. So right when you thought Mount Juliet Christian had a little bit of momentum, they turn it right back over to the Lady Spartans, 5-2. Sheets gives it to Katie Collier at the top of the key to Molly Melton. She's open for three. She fires. Off the front of the rim, no good. And then another rebound by Mount Juliet Christian. Etheridge, very good ball movement to Wall. Wall guarded by Katie Collier. Wall resets, splits a double team, goes on the ground, no foul. And Madison Davis going to push it. Kelly Vidito goes to the basket and a lay-in. In the fast break, not many are as good as the Lady Spartans. They get a bucket there to extend their lead 7-2.
Yeah, it's exactly what the Lady Spartans love to do. Create a turnover, and then their transition offense will normally lead to an easy bucket for one of their big men.
And a jump ball, that alternate possession will remain with Mount Juliet Christian. Or excuse me, it's going to turn over to the Webb Lady Spartans. 43 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play, 7-2 our score. Melton to Sheets on the left side. Trying to feed it in, nothing doing. McCoy. Cross-court pass to Sheets, who dumps it off inside to McCoy and throws it off the glass, no good. It's Etheridge for Mount Juliet Christian, working on Vitito. And then the dump inside, right off the chest of Wankel. And way up ahead, a good pass from Sheets to Collier, and the bucket is good. A little bit of offensive movement here in the last 30 seconds for the Lady Spartans, and Etheridge now. 5 seconds to go. Etheridge working on Vitito and a turnover. McCoy up ahead. Molly Melton, she'll heave from half court and off the back on the backboard, front of the rim, and no good. So with that, that is the end of the first quarter with the Lady Spartans in control, 9-2. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with second quarter coverage. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
The Webb School Athletic Department and the WOW Network thank Barry Bird and Beam Productions for your support of Spartan Athletics on the Internet. We appreciate your video footage and coverage of all Spartan football games. Thanks again to Barry Bird and Beam Productions.
Welcome back, Lady Spartan fans, to the district tournament first game here between the Lady Spartans and the Lady Saints at Mount Juliet Christian School. 9-2 our score as we begin the second period of play. It will be Mount Juliet Christian Academy's ball. The only points for the Lady Saints come from an easy lay-in by Lauren Wankel. They've had tough time inbounding it all night. It's going to be Etheridge. Gets a good pump fake and a screen. That bell's out top to Orr. Back to Leach. Leach gets a screen from Orr. And an illegal screen by number 20, Meredith Orr. Her first foul of the evening. Team's first as well. Or excuse me, team's second. Molly Melton to take it across for the Lady Spartans. Trying to get something together here. Katie Collier top of the key. She'll get a screen from Sheets. Swing pass to Micah Sheets. Had an open shot. Thought about dribbling it inside and then misses. A little hesitation there on the shot. And it's going to be no good. Leach cannot get it across the timeline on Molly Melton. And a timeout taken by Mount Juliet Christian Academy. I think that Leach thought she had turned it over there, but coach called a timeout to think some things over. So the defensive intensity has been there all night for the Lady Spartans. If they just get some offense going, a little different game. But for Mount Juliet Christian, if they can set up in their half court stuff, it's working all right. They just a few sloppy mistakes has resulted in Webb baskets.
Definitely, just like what happened to the Lady Spartans early in the first quarter is what's happening to the Lady Saints right now. And with that, they're taking themselves out of the ballgame with those careless turnovers. They've got to minimize those. And as for the Lady Spartans, they definitely have a size advantage down low when Kelly Vitito, Madison Davis, Jaden McCoy. And so far in the game, they really haven't used that to their advantage. And I think that's what they get it down low to their big guys and work it down there. It's going to be pretty hard to stop when they've got a couple inches on the other guy.
Absolutely. And we'll see what they do with that. Taking Madison Davis out, putting Jaden McCoy in. pretty young group here. 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and then Kelly Vito, the senior. Steal by Molly Melton. Crosses and goes to the basket hard. She's going to be fouled on her drive to the basket by number 3. That's Shelby Leach. First foul for Leach. 3rd team foul of the half. And it's going to be a lob pass inside. Katie Collier in the short corner. In and out. Micah Sheets gets the rebound. She's going to go up strong, and she'll get the foul. So whatever Coach Collier has been saying, it's starting to sink in here. The Lady Spartans playing a lot more aggressive on the offensive end. Sheets goes to the line and makes the first.
And one thing the Lady Spartans struggled with all year long was their free throw shooting. But then the past couple of games, starting with Ethel Harding on to Catholic and now into this game, they have done relatively well on their free throw shooting, and that has made a big difference on the scoreboard.
11-2 the score now. The Lady Spartans still only up by 9. Not out of this quite yet. A trap and then a good dump off. Number 22, Wankel. She had just the ball stripped by Micah Sheets. Sheets all the way to the basket herself, and she'll lay it in. Etheridge didn't want to commit the foul, and Sheets gets her 7th point of the evening, 7 of 13. And a drive to the basket blocked by McCoy. The shot came from number 14, Amanda Wall. Melton the push. Over to Micah Sheets, who drives the basket again all the way by herself and gets the bucket. Micah Sheets taking over here. 6th point of the quarter, 9th of the game. And now Webb starting to take control here, 15-2.
Yeah, it looks like this press is really posing a problem for the Lady
Etheridge.
Saints.
Yeah. Finally, the Lady Saints back on the scoreboard. Etheridge, a good move to the basket. She'll get 2 points, 15-4. Inside to Jaden McCoy, outside to Micah Sheets. Head fakes, drives all the way to the basket, out to Katie Collier. Dials up a long 3 and airballs that one. And a save, but right to Etheridge. In transition, it's a 4-on-2. They'll slow it down and swing it. Open for the jump shot is number 14. That's Amanda Wall. She'll miss it. 3-on-3. Katie Collier stops, pops, and lets it drop. The basket will fall from Katie Collier, her 4th point of the evening.
Great transition offense by the Lady Spartans. There's a Micah Sheets. As soon as she dribbled, she saw that Katie Collier was open, and those are the kind of turnovers that you have to eliminate if you're Mount Juliet Christian.
And another one right there. Etheridge turning the ball over. The pass went right through her hands, and Webb going to get the ball back. A fresh 5 into the game for the Lady Spartans. Maxwell, Davis, Satterfield, Storer, and Smith. Maxwell on the left side. She'll swing it all the way across court to Amani Smith. To the high post is Satterfield. And it's Amani Smith open for 3. She hits. Number 5, Amani Smith dials up a long 3 and hits it. Good shot there by Amani Smith. Her 1st points of the game and Webb's 20th of the evening. 20-4, 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Etheridge drives to the basket, a good move, but off the rim. Battle for the rebound out on Webb. Mount Juliet gonna retain possession. Now, Davis, it's a long game, but does Mount Juliet need to kind of be hesitant here in their offensive shot selection, being down this many?
Yes, I think they really need to just get it inside and see what they can do, push it back out, see if they can get some open shots from there, and just take good shots instead of course, the bad ones.
Yeah, a few bad shots taken here tonight, and under pressure, trying to drive the lane, and big Jaden McCoy and Madison Davis, Kelly Vidito there to get the blocks. Madison Davis drove to the basket. She gets fouled, and she'll make her 1st free throw. Davis, number 45, a junior. Her 1st point of the game. 2nd free throw is off the mark, no good. Then hustle for the rebound. Control by Mount Juliet Christian. It's going to be Etheridge who gets it for the Lady Saints. Etheridge fires to the far side of the court, and then a strip by Deja Maxwell, 2-on-1. Madison Davis acted like she was going to pull up at the free throw line, then took it all the way to the basket. Thought she got fouled, no call, and Mount Juliet Christian possesses all the way down the floor. And a pass inside, a good look from number 20, Meredith Orr, to Lauren Wenkel. And another basket there for the Lady Saints, 21-6 now with 4:11 to go. Wenkel with 4 points for Mount Juliet. Davis will inbound it to Amani Smith as she will cross the timeline. A 1-3-1 zone here for Mount Juliet Christian. Deja Maxwell, top of the key, gives it to Amani Smith, and a good pass inside to Satterfield, who has a no-look to Madison Davis. Controlled by, looks like that was Stewart. Couldn't finish underneath, and the ball tipped out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Lady Spartans.
And the way for the Lady Spartans to beat this 1-3-1 zone is just to pass it. When they pass it around, they'll get a shift in the zone that they where they find a hole somewhere like that, and they'll get a good-looking shot.
And same team fighting for the ball. They're going to call a foul on Madison Davis underneath. Madison Davis will commit the foul. Mount Juliet will remain with the basketball underneath their own basket. No press from the Lady Spartans. They'll back it off, leading 21-6 here with 3:40 to go in the opening half. It's going to be Amanda Wall, dumps it off to Etheridge. Etheridge into the corner. And then good dump off inside to Wankel. Number 22, Lauren Wankel. A threat down low against this Lady Spartans team. Mount Juliet looks like they're trying to work it into the corner and then get a nice bounce pass on the baseline to Wankel. It's worked 3 times now. And Mount Juliet Christian trying to find a little offense here. 21-8. Davis tries to drive baseline, nothing doing, pulls up. Shot no good, and a rebound underneath by Wankel. Up ahead to Amanda Wall. Gives it to Etheridge, and out of the far corner with Orr. Deja Maxwell hustling for it, but tips it out of bounds. It'll remain with the Lady Saints. Webb with a 13-point lead here with 2:53 to go. Into the corner it goes, and now top of the key. A trap in the corner. They're trying to look for Wankel. Overhead pass, turnover to Stewart. Who gives it to Amani Smith, and Webb going to push now. Smith getting the call from head coach Shelly Collier. She'll drive inside, kick out to Deja Maxwell, is open for 3, fires it no good. And a rebound by Madison Davis, tipped around. Jessica Stewart ends up with it, and a shot off the side of the rim, no good. And a fresh 5 going to come in for the Lady Spartans, all the way to the basket. And another blocked shot for Amanda Wall underneath. Two Lady Spartans were there to block that one. Davis, that's the kind of shot you were talking about, avoiding. Trying to drive in on those big ladies, nothing doing.
Yeah, well, what's working for them is just moving it to the corner and the bounce pass to Wankel, like you said. And she has 6 of the 8 points. So I think they just really need to keep doing that.
A shot by the freshman in the corner, number 3. It's Madeline Christian. Micah Sheets fights for the rebound. Can't get it. Dave Vance gets a rebound. Another offensive rebound. Kicks back out to Molly Melton. Top of the key, jump shot no good, and Kelly Vitito gets it. Webb to reset here. A lot of offensive rebounds. Quickly swung over to Micah Sheets, who dumps it off to Kelly Vitito, and then a foul on number 44. That's Liz Russ, her first personal foul. 6th foul. 1 away from the bonus of the Lady Spartans, and Dave Vance gets it top of the key, fires it up, a jump shot, and that's pure. Dave Vance, 2 points.
And those are the type of shots that the Lady Spartans are looking for, just those open shots with the Lady Saints in the 1-3-1 zone. And that's what they can capitalize on and keep scoring.
Etheridge thought about the 3, thinks better of it. And they're going to keep swinging the ball. Trying to get into Liz Russ, and a pass to Etheridge. And it's going to be controlled by Madeline Christian. Dives for it, and then a missed layup by Molly Melton. But Micah Sheets there to clean up the mess and get 2 points. Good hustle there by Madeline Christian to come up with that ball. And now Webb, with under a minute to go in the opening half, leads 25-8. It's going to be Wall. Gives it to Etheridge, guarded by Christian. Etheridge to the basket. Runner off the glass, no good. And rebound by Micah Sheets. Sheets to push. All by herself to Dave Vance underneath. Gets the basket and short of the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
And this is what the Lady Spartans needed to do all game. They made the adjustments necessary. They've forced a lot more turnovers than they did earlier in the game, and they've definitely cut down on the amount of turnovers they've been committing. And those, they just turn into points.
Absolutely. Etheridge almost gets it stolen away. The free throw is no good by Dave Vance. And into the corner it goes, and the ball off of Kelly Vitito. To inbound will be number 20, Meredith Orr. Grabbing that knee, her and Kelly Vitito hit each other fighting for that ball. Orr will get it into Etheridge, working on Christian. Backing her down underneath the basket, fires it up, and she's going to be fouled. That foul is going to go against number 32, Dave Vance. First personal, third team foul. And it's Etheridge at the line. First free throw is off the mark, no good. And if Mount Juliet Christian looks to get back in this game, you need to hit free throws. Those are just free points.
Definitely.
Second free throw is up and good. Dave Vance to inbound to Molly Melton. She'll take it across the timeline. 17 seconds to go. 27-9 the score. To Molly Melton. She's open for three. Dials one up and hits from long range. Molly Melton.
Can't leave her open like that. You leave her wide open, she will hit it 9 times out of 10.
Her first 3 points of the game. 2 seconds left, and a runner fired no good from number 12, Carly Hummel. That will take us to the end of the first half with the Lady Spartans in control of this one. 30-9 the score. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Be back with first half diagnosis, or we're going to assess the first half and then come back with second half coverage. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
I'm here at the Tool Department at Duo Fast in Knoxville. Tool service is one of the many reasons people come to Duo Fast. Don't let the name fool you. We service all forms of pneumatic tools. Duo Fast in Knoxville. Nailers, staplers, fasteners. Duo Fast in Knoxville, a proud supporter of the WOW Network.
Welcome back, Lady Spartan fans, as we are about ready for tip-off here from the Lee Athletic Center. As Webb really had a lackluster first half, guys, but really turned up the volume. They lead now 30-9 over Mount Juliet Christian Academy, and was led by Micah Sheets. Only 3 points in that opening quarter, but then followed it up with a big 8-point second quarter. She has 11 on the night. And also girls like Katie Collier, she has 4 points. Dave Vance with 4. Amani Smith with 3. She hit that 3 late in the second quarter. Further Webb's lead 30-20, or 30-9, excuse me. Katie Collier into the short corner it goes to Amani Smith, back out to Collier. Top of the key, Madison Davis. Quickly inside to Jaden McCoy, and a much better start to this half, guys, than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, definitely. They just went right to their size advantage down low, and it worked.
Taking it for Mount Juliet Christian up the floor. And a quick timeout taken by Mount Juliet Christian. Very quick timeout. Quick 30-second timeout. So Davis, a much more aggressive Lady Spartan teams come out of the half. Must have been a pretty motivating halftime talk by head coach Shelly Collier.
Yes, I think so. Definitely on the offensive side, just focusing on not committing as many turnovers and just keeping up the defensive pace and keep forcing them to make turnovers and just push the ball off those turnovers for easy buckets like in the first half.
32-9 our score. Mount Juliet Christian to inbound. On their side of the floor here, and it's going to be number 3. That's Leach. Leach dumps it over to Etheridge, working on Madison Davis. Etheridge, free throw line, and throws it away out of the hands of Meredith Orr, but saved by Katie Collier. She'll go all the way to the basket. A good move. Misses the lay-in, and she's the last to touch it. Misses the layup. Just not Katie Collier's night so far, at least. She can definitely turn that around. She's got the shooting capability, the speed, and really the mental toughness to turn that around. You can see the frustration on her face.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You can definitely see that she was not happy with that miss, and she won't let that happen again.
Still hustling on defense for the Lady Spartans. Forcing another turnover. It's going to be Webb basketball. The few times Mount Juliet has been able to set up the offense and get it inside, they're getting buckets or forcing fouls, but Davis, if they can't do that, they are really struggling offensively.
Right, just, again, the defensive pressure by the Webb Spartans and just the depth that they have just really comes in handy against the Lady Saints.
And a 3-second violation after Madison Davis tried to drive to the basket. 3 seconds called on Jaden McCoy, and then another turnover. Webb in somewhat of a press, not very tight. Etheridge drives to the three-point line, and there she will dump it off, and then a turnover. Good defense there. The turnover came off the hands of Amanda Wall. Katie Collier going to push for Webb. Collier all the way to the basket, kicks to Maya Smith in the corner. Smith pulls up at the free throw line, misses short. Jane McCoy uses her strength to get the rebound, takes one dribble out from underneath the basket, goes up, and she's going to be fouled.
And again, just off those turnovers, they push the ball and then find those easy open layups that Jaden McCoy just did and drew the foul.
McCoy already with 2 points here. Now 3. She has all of Webb's 3 points in the opening, or in the third quarter, opening quarter of the second half. McCoy at the line, and she'll hit the second. So now 34-9 the score. Jaden McCoy 4 points in this third quarter. All 4 for the Lady Spartans as we hit the 6-minute mark. That ball's going over to Leach. Gives it to Etheridge. Now over to Wankel. Wankel's pass is tipped and intercepted there by number 11, Deja Maxwell. Drives all the way to the basket and gets the lay-in to fall. 36-9. Now Juliet Christian taking out the floor with Amanda Wall. She'll give it to Leach. He gives it back to Wall. Pressured very tightly by Katie Collier. Into the short corner it goes. With number 22, that's Wankel. She'll get over to Etheridge. Etheridge drives, and she stepped on the baseline, so good defensive pressure from McCoy and Davis forcing a Lady Saints turnover. Possession back to Webb. Katie Collier to Amani Smith on the right wing, over to Katie Collier in the right corner, and she's going to be fouled there on a push by number 3, Shelby Leach. Second team foul and her second personal foul. She's going to have to check out. Amani Smith, throw it in. She'll get it to Katie Collier. Collier going to set it up for Webb. To Smith, to McCoy on the right side. Back to Katie Collier. Amani Smith comes out from underneath on a screen. Fires another 3 from the corner. That one's no good, but a rebound by Madison Davis for the putback. Mine, as you mentioned earlier, just the height of this team. Too much for Mount Juliet Christian. A good offensive rebound there by Davis. And getting the bucket. Good defensive pressure. Traps flying everywhere. And a turnover. Madison Davis gets the turnover, then a quick foul against number 12. That's Carly Hummel, her first. Team third. A fresh 5 in for the Lady Spartans here.
It's just hard to compete with that when you've got someone much bigger than you down low, because even if you box them out, all they have to do is put their hands up, and they've got it.
Molly Melton looking for Kelly Vidito. Underneath, overthrows and out of bounds. The Lady Saints will get possession off the Webb turnover. So even with all the turnovers and just sloppiness on defense or on offense, Webb still very much in control with a 29-point lead. Great defensive pressure, and Carly Hummel to take it across. She'll dump it off to Etheridge, but it was too high and above. Satterfield, Webb in a 3-on-2. Micah Sheets drives inside and gets the basket to fall and one. She's going to go to the line. A good move by Micah Sheets to get the basket.
Yeah, great job by Sheets. Satterfield hit her on the baseline, and Sheets was actually underneath the basket, and she did a good job of cutting back and getting to the hoop.
Micah Sheets, free throw won't fall. Webb now 40-9 the score. It's going to be Carly Hummel. Guarded out front by Micah Sheets, almost forcing another turnover. Hummel gives it to Etheridge. Ball tipped and saved by Etheridge. And she'll reset for the Lady Saints. No points so far in this third quarter, and almost another turnover there. And finally, a bad pass does result in a Webb turnover. Molly Melton to push very quickly. Melton over to Micah Sheets. Into the short corner. She'll back out of that. Gives it to Satterfield inside to Vidito. Vidito, Molly Melton open for 3. Great ball movement. The shot won't fall. Sheets and Satterfield wait for the rebound. Good clear out by number 20, Evie Satterfield, leaving Micah Sheets wide open for the basket. 2 lay-ins for Sheets gives Webb a 42-9 advantage. Webb in a 2-3 zone. Still playing very tight defense, Carly Hummel. Over to Amanda Wall, and Hummel's pass tipped out of bounds and off of Mount Juliet Christian. So another turnover. It's got to be tough if you're a Mount Juliet Christian player. Nothing doing. You're just trying to get some type of offense, but absolutely nothing will go your way.
Yeah, when Webb doesn't, they barely give you any breathing room when you have the ball. So you really just got to find a way to move the ball around and just not dribble too much. Get the ball around, get an open shot.
Molly Melton in the corner to Stewart. She'll dial up a long-range shot, air balls, and Etheridge gets the rebound. Good move there. She'll take it across the timeline. And then a good pass to Wankel, who goes up, gets the basket and the foul. So finally some points here for Mount Juliet Christian. It comes from Lauren Wankel. She had 6 points in the first half. 6 of the 9, that is, and can't convert 3-point play. Webb going to push now, 42-11 to Micah Sheets. She had the 3, thought about it, thinks better. Into Evie Satterfield, no look pass to Sheets, dials it up, off the rim, no good, and tipped out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Lady Spartans. .2:22 to go in the third. Sheets all the way across court. Stewart thought about the shot, pump fakes, and now looking for something, and 3 seconds in the lane. Stewart, the bench was yelling at her to shoot it. Tried to get it inside. And misses her second attempt, but 3 seconds in the lane. That's got to be like the fourth or fifth 3 seconds in the lane. A lot to be counted here. Etheridge and a jump ball called. The possession will stay. We have one referee calling a jump ball, but the other's going to call a foul against number 10, Kelly Vitito. And again, a fresh 5. That depth it's going to play dividends. There's not only this tournament, the district tournament. You have the sub-state, and then off to the state tournament. A lot more basketball will be played. The fact that the Lady Spartans can stay healthy and never really that tired is very big. And a quick foul against Dave Vance, her second.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, if they can stay healthy, them being tired is never really going to be a problem. And it's actually the first time all year that they have had an entire healthy roster, and they've had everyone in uniform, and they're using that to their advantage today.
Absolutely. To inbound it underneath will be number 20, Meredith Orr.
As Mount Juliet Christian only has 8 people on their team and 3 on the bench, whereas the Lady Spartans have more than 5 on the bench, and so that's definitely a big advantage, especially when it comes to close games.
Foul on Dave Vance, number 32. Playing very aggressive. Unfortunately, her third personal foul. The free throw by number 21. Wednesday Etheridge will fall. Her first point, second half. And her second one did not draw any iron. Really didn't hit anything. And it's going to be a turnover on Mount Juliet Christian. And then a timeout by the Lady Saints. Going to be a full timeout, which means we'll take one with them. With 2:02 remaining here, the Lady Spartans further their lead. 42-12 the score here. We'll come back. 2 minutes left in this third quarter, and then fourth quarter action. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
We sell products basically to anybody that's putting wood together. That could be home builders, and in the construction market we sell lumberyard dealers like your 84 Lumbers, and locally here Christmas Lumber and others. We sell people that build pallets. We sell Sea Ray boats and a couple other boat building companies. We do business with Clayton Homes, which is manufactured housing. Our customers also build furniture, cabinets, and again, most anything.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. The Lee Athletic Center here. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter of play. And ever since that lackluster first 4 minutes of this ball game, it has been all Webb. A few careless errors and a lot of turnovers on both sides, especially from Mount Juliet Christian, is what's keeping them out of this one. 42-12 the score. Dave Vance, top the key, dump inside Madison Davis. Kick to Amani Smith in the corner, back to Dave Vance. Free throw line jumper off the iron, no good. And then a rebound by number 44, Liz Russ. She'll give it to number 14, Amanda Wall, who will try to set it up for the Lady Saints. Picks up her dribble, and she's double teamed. Loses the ball, but it will be kept by Orr, and then a quick turnover. Katie Collier to Deja Maxwell. Couldn't handle that pass, but gets it back. Madison Davis takes a step inside the three-point line. Her shot rattles around, no good. Amani Smith underneath on a good look from Deja Maxwell, and Amani Smith going to go to the line.
Yeah, great job of Amani Smith by just going up and converting the layup. Not too difficult of a shot, but good job of making it.
Amani Smith going to go to the line here. And she'll miss the free throw, so free throws not going Webb's way here tonight, or this afternoon, excuse me. Etheridge working on Maxwell, dumps it off to number 20, that's Orr. Back to Etheridge. Working on Deja Maxwell, drives inside and draws the foul. So Etheridge trying to take over this game from Mount Juliet Christian. She'll just pure size advantage there on Deja Maxwell. Just drove straight in, and made Maxwell foul her on her way up. Her first personal foul. Etheridge's free throw rattles out. And Jaden McCoy going to sub in for Dave Vance, who has 3 fouls. Vance also with 4 points. Second free throw for Etheridge will be nylon, and it's now a 44-13 game. 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jaden McCoy on the right side. Katie Collier to Jaden McCoy, and a great pass. Just couldn't hit the lay-in. A great pass from Katie Collier, though.
That was a great look by Collier, and that's just where you got to put it off the glass there.
It's going to be Etheridge, still working on Maxwell. Etheridge fires up a shot, just kind of threw it up there. It wasn't even within 10 feet of the basket, but she's going to draw a foul on Deja Maxwell. Just good recognition there by Etheridge, knowing that she was right on her back.
And hopefully they can start converting some free throws here, because apart from the turnovers, their free throw percentage is very low. Haven't really made many, and that it'll always help if you can make your free throws. It's going to do nothing but, I mean, like you said earlier in the game, Andrew, they're just 3 points.
Yep. When you come in on the road and against a better team, it's tough. Liz Russ gets the rebound from Etheridge's shot. Deja Maxwell gives it to Madison Davis. She's looking for somebody. Gives the top of the key to Amani Smith, and she'll reset with 8 seconds to go. Now 5 seconds. Katie Collier working to Amani Smith. Open for 3. She'll fire. No good, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter of play. At the end of 3, Webb still holds a 30-point lead, 44-14. We come back. Fourth quarter coverage of Game 1 of our district tournament. The WOW Network is glad to be the TSSAA official provider of the district tournament. 44-14 in Game 1. Webb over Mount Juliet Christian. We come back, like I said, fourth quarter coverage. Listen to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
If you want to pass and run like the Spartans, then pass up the fast food and run into the Shrimp Dock, serving lunch daily from 11 to 3. With stores in Bearden and Farragut, you get your choice of the fish, oyster, or the famous shrimp po' boys. Also, grab some scallops, crab legs, lobster, oysters, shrimp, and the only fresh fish in K-Town to take home for dinner. So stay warm in the winter with Captain Paul's chowders and bisques, stay healthy and lower cholesterol with fresh fish, and enjoy at the Shrimp Dock.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. The Lee Athletic Center, 44-14 our score. Webb all over Mount Juliet Christian, but the Lady Saints trying to keep their heads up. They still have some basketball to play. And that's one great thing about just the district tournament. You lose once, it is consolation. But the season's not over for this young Lady Saints team. Madeline Christian on the left side. She'll give it to Madison Davis, to Katie Collier. Top of the key, going back to Christian. Inside, Jaden McCoy pulls up at the free throw line jumper, and that's just a good shot. Shot by Jaden McCoy, gonna fall. (46-14). Wall gives it to Leach. Back to Amanda Wall, back to Leach, who fires up a 3 off the front of the iron, no good, and tipped around, controlled by Amani Smith. Katie Collier to push now for the Lady Spartans. Tries to do an over-the-head lob pass to Jaden McCoy, but is tipped out of bounds by Leach, Shelby Leach. A frustrating night for Leach, 0 points and 2 fouls. Katie Collier open for 3. Dials one up off the iron, no good. And a rebound by Amanda Wall.
As both teams in a 2-3 zone here, a little bit more relaxed, making the other team pass it around and get a good look, and hopefully try and force them to take a shot that's not theirs.
And a turnover by Mount Juliet Christian. Or excuse me, it's going to stay with Mount Juliet Christian, 46-14. A few substitutes for Webb, just keeping it fresh, keeping those legs moving. going to be Amanda Wall, guarded tightly by Deja Maxwell. That's Leach. Leach working on Maxwell. And pass to Amanda Wall, almost another turnover by Wankel. Wall with it. She's guarded by Maxwell. Drives inside, and a kicked ball violation. Going to stay with the Lady Saints. Meredith Orta inbound. She has nothing there. Finally gets it. And just out of the reach of number 22, Lauren Wankel. Another turnover for the Lady Saints.
Yeah, they're just not helping their cause at all in this game. They're down by 32, and they just got to get good shots off, and need to stop these mindless turnovers.
Absolutely, and that's just not for this game. That's for the rest of this tournament. Jessica Stewart pulls up a nice runner, and then just a rip away from Deja Maxwell. Wanted it more with Shelby Leach. Leach forces a turnover with 6 minutes now to go. 46-14 the score. Amanda Wall had a lane, tried to dribble into it. And then Dave Vance straight up. Great defense that time on Wankel. Dave Vance forces a bad shot and then a turnover or a rebound by the Webb Lady Spartans. They'll get it. 46-14. Good ball handed by Deja Maxwell inside to Dave Vance. She's double teamed. Gives off to Evie Satterfield, who uses the glass as her best friend. And the old saying, a postman's best friend is the window. She used it there. Gets the basket. 48-14. Etheridge goes to Leach. Shot is long. And then Wankel to save. Gives it to Etheridge. Etheridge drives all the way to the basket. Puts it up in a good move. Lindsay Etheridge.
And on that Leach miss, you can just kind of see her turn around and just not her night today.
Stower. Madeline Christian with it. Gives it to Deja Maxwell, top of the key. She's guarded tightly by Leach and then a foul. Her third personal. And Carly Hummel to check in for Shelby Leach. Storer will inbound. She'll give it to Deja Maxwell as we tick under 5 minutes here from the Lee Athletic Center. Storer gives it to Satterfield on the baseline. Swings it cross court to Madeline Christian. Thought about the three, thinks better of it. Gives it Deja Maxwell to Storer. She will dial up the three. Missed that one. Rebound by Dave Vance off the glass. Tipped on the rim. No good. And then a jump ball, alternate possession. Will give it to Mount Juliet Christian. So some good shots there, guys. Just can't draw the net there. A little bit of an offensive woe in the past couple possessions for the Lady Spartans. 48-16.
Yeah, no, Webb is finding those holes in the 2-3 zone by the Lady Saints. It's just they can't capitalize.
Amanda Wall with it out front. Trying to find something. Now Juliet. Wall to Etheridge. Swings it cross court. And then a contested shot is blocked. That's Carly Hummel. Deja Maxwell drives it all the way to the basket herself. Gets through a couple of girls and finishes. Good move by Deja Maxwell. Fourth point of the second half. Fourth point of the game. And it's going to be Hummel. Gives it back to Wall. Over to Hummel again on the right side. Guarded by Madeline Christian. And then some good ball movement. Just can't find any open shots until they give it inside to Lauren Wankel, who gets the bucket to fall. She might be the biggest player on the floor, and using that height and just strength to force openings and get baskets. Deja Maxwell drives baseline, pulls up in the short corner. Shot's no good. Two players for the Spartans battling for the rebound. It goes back out to Maxwell, and she finishes again.
Good job of Deja Maxwell there, not giving up on the possession. As her first shot wouldn't fall, and then the ball was on the floor. She picked it up and tried again.
The Lady Saints going to take a timeout with 3 minutes to go in this game. 52-18 our score. We're going to take one as well. 3 minutes, 52-18. All Webb so far. But still a lot more basketball to be played. You're listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.
Support for Webb and the WOW Network comes from University General Surgeons, Doctors Anderson, Daly, Nicklaus, Taylor, Smith, Curick, and Tucker, specializing in routine and complex surgical cases at the UT Medical Center.
Welcome back, Lady Spartan fans, to the Lee Athletic Center. 52-18 our score. Shelly Collier's Webb Lady Spartans in control. We want you to stick around as we have a lot more basketball to be played. Up next will be St. Andrews Sewanee versus the Webb Spartans. The boys team will be in action. That game is at 5. And then we have more games tonight at 6:30 and 8. We hope that you will stick around. Webb, glad to be, or excuse me, the WOW on the, wow. I'm just lost for words here. Webb on the Web, the WOW Network, glad to be the official sponsor of the district tournament. And still pesky defense by the Lady Spartans with 2:45 to go in the game.
And it looks like the Lady Saints took out most of their starters for the last 3 minutes of this game.
Still trying to find something is Amanda Wall. She's had trouble all night getting past the Webb defense. That's going to be Meredith Orr. Orr drives baseline. Shot blocked and just taken out of the air by Jaden McCoy. Micah Sheets to push with 2:30 in the game. Sheets backs it back out. Madeline Christian. Inside. The shot no good that time by Satterfield. Rebound tipped around. And Satterfield gets the rebound inside to Micah Sheets. Goes up, double teamed. No good. And Meredith Orr will finally come down with it from out Juliet Christian. 52-18. Runner off the glass, no good. And Liz Russ gets her first points of the game. 52-20 now. Micah Sheets. Dribbles left with 1:30. Gives it to Jessica Stewart. Top of the key, dump off to Evie Satterfield over to Madeline Christian. 3-point basket falls. Madeline Christian, just a freshman, gets her 3-pointer to fall.
That was a great ball movement by the Lady Spartans to find the open man and the open three.
Amanda Wall, Meredith Orr now drives all the way to the basket off the side of the backboard. Won't go. Micah Sheets up ahead to Jaden McCoy on the fast break. She can't handle the pass out of bounds. Good look by Micah Sheets, just couldn't get the connection with Jaden McCoy all the way as we tick under a minute. I will say this for Mount Juliet Christian, they're starting to find some openings in the offense, just can't get any baskets. Meredith Orr guarded tightly out front. She'll give it to Carly Hummel. 30 seconds to go in this game. Hummel going to dump it off to Amanda Wall. And it's going to be Madeline Christian with the steal. Up ahead to Micah Sheets, who goes up hard with her left hand, no good. Christian gets the offensive rebound and puts it in. 5 straight points for Madeline Christian. And it looks like Mount Juliet Christian is going to back it out until this game runs out with 12 seconds to go. And right as I say that, Amanda Wall throws a pass intended for Meredith Orr out of bounds. Webb going to get the ball, 3 seconds to go. And that will take us to the final horn. Webb, a big win here tonight or this afternoon over Mount Juliet Christian Academy, 57-20. And guys, let's quickly move into the Shrimp Dock postgame show. A lot of offense tonight for the Lady Spartans. Micah Sheets with 15 points. Madeline Christian with 5. Amani Smith with 5. Kelly Vitito with 2. Deja Maxwell with 6. Molly Melton pumps in 3 more. Evie Satterfield with 2. Katie Collier with 4. Dave Vance with 4. Jaden McCoy gets 6, and Madison Davis with 3, accounting for a big win for the Lady Spartans. For Mount Juliet Christian, Etheridge had 8 points, and it was really Lauren Wankel. Liz Russ had 2, but Lauren Wankel really did most of the work. She had 10 points, accounting for 18 for Mount Juliet. So moving on this tournament, mind, what do you take away if you're Mount Juliet Christian trying to move forward? Still a lot of basketball to be played.
Definitely a lot of basketball to be played, and what they can really learn from this is that they need to cut down on their turnovers. And if they didn't have as many turnovers as they did, they had lots of good looks. They had great ball movement, but they turned the ball over a lot. And so you could definitely take that out of the tournament. And then free throw shooting, as they saw today, was a big key. Overall, a great game. They knew that they were the underdog coming to the Spartans' home court, and with the Lady Spartans being the #1 seed, so they knew they were up for a challenge when they came in, and they didn't stop fighting until the very end.
Yeah.
They did a great job of executing plays, but just couldn't find the basket.
And Davis, for the Lady Spartans, a lot of contributors on offense. This is just a well-rounded team. Do you see this team going far in tournament play?
Yes, like we said, there's just a ton of depth, which really helps them. They can get that defensive pressure up and just keep subbing in and out to keep the players fresh, keep the legs fresh, and I can see them going very far in the tournament.
The next game of our district tournament will be St. Andrews Sewanee versus the Webb Spartans. We will have that coverage for you here in about 15 minutes. We will join you, but to get on that game, please exit your current screen, and there will be another tab for Webb versus St. Andrews Sewanee. For all of our tech crew, Davis Depani, Maya Patel, I'm Andrew Robinson. We'll see you here in a couple minutes. Lady Spartans win over Mount Juliet Christian 57-18. You've been listening to Webb on the Web, the WOW Network.